Have you ever wondered why, despite all the meditation apps, YouTube videos, and self-help books, you still find yourself constantly stressed, burnt out, and not really any closer to that inner peace you're after? Imagine this. You're sitting in a quiet room, eyes closed, trying to focus on your breath, but then your phone starts buzzing with notifications, breaking your concentration. You open it quickly. You see that it's just a delivery update and you close it again. But then another notification pops up, this time from social media, and you find yourself sucked into a vortex of online content. Before you know it, half an hour has passed and you haven't even begun your work. You might think that you're just procrastinating, but there could be something more going on here. Maybe you've become addicted to the constant stimulation of the digital world, so much so that even your attempts to disconnect and focus on more meaningful pursuits, like reading about spirituality, are just another way to distract yourself from the void in your heart. In today's hyper-connected world, we're bombarded with endless distractions, notifications, videos, online gurus, and endless promises of transformation. But what if this constant search is actually pulling us away from what truly matters? What was supposed to bring us closer to spirituality is often leaving us more anxious, more tired, and sometimes even more alone. If you're feeling stuck in this cycle and craving a deeper connection with yourself and the world around you, this video is for you. We will explore the subtle ways our digital habits may be disconnecting us from our spiritual selves and discover practical steps to break free and cultivate a more meaningful life. By the end of this video, you'll gain insight into how to disconnect from the digital noise and reconnect with your inner wisdom, leading to a more fulfilling and spiritually aligned life. The problem with too much of a good thing. There's a popular saying that goes, too much of a good thing can become a bad thing. And this seems to be the case with the abundance of spiritual content at our fingertips. Nowadays, finding guided meditations, yoga classes, motivational talks, and spiritual teachings online is as easy as clicking a button. But while having access to this content is beneficial, it also comes with its own set of challenges. When we're constantly scrolling through feeds filled with messages about manifestation, chakras, and law of attraction, it can be hard to sift through the noise and figure out what truly resonates with us. Additionally, with so much emphasis on personal growth and self-improvement, we might start to feel overwhelmed by the pressure to constantly evolve and transform, which can lead to spiritual burnout. Furthermore, the digital nature of this content means that we might be tempted to treat it as just another form of entertainment. It is easy to multitask while listening to a spiritual talk, or to simply have it playing in the background as we go about our daily routines. But doing so can prevent us from fully immersing ourselves into teachings and integrating them into our lives. Remember, true spiritual growth doesn't come from passive consumption of content, but from active engagement and conscious application of the principles we learn. So while the abundance of spiritual content online is a great resource, it's essential to approach it with intentionality and critical thinking. Don't get lost in the digital labyrinth of spiritual teachings. Instead, use it as a tool to enhance your spiritual journey and help you navigate towards a more meaningful life. Are you practicing alone? A common misconception about spirituality is that it's a solitary endeavor. Many people assume that connecting with the divine or exploring their inner selves is something they must do alone, isolated from the rest of humanity. However, this couldn't be further from the truth. Throughout history, many spiritual traditions have emphasized the importance of community and connection. The practice of yoga, for instance, originated in ancient India as a communal practice, a way for people to come together and cultivate a sense of unity and belonging. In many indigenous cultures, rituals and ceremonies are deeply rooted in the concept of collective practice, bringing people together to honor the earth and their place within it. But even for those who don't follow a particular tradition, the need for connection remains. The human being is a social creature by nature, wired for love, belonging, and interaction with others. Attempting to practice spirituality in isolation can lead to feelings of loneliness, disconnection, and even despair. When we feel alone, it's easy to lose faith, to doubt our abilities, and to become discouraged. Having a community of like-minded individuals to lean on can make all the difference, providing support, encouragement, and guidance when the going gets tough. So, if you're on a spiritual journey, don't go it alone. Seek out opportunities to connect with others, whether it's through group meditations, yoga classes, spiritual meetups, or simply by reaching out to friends and family who share your interests. Remember, you're not meant to walk this path alone. When you're connected to everything, you're connected to nothing. The irony of our times is that despite having more access to information than ever before, we seem to know less and feel more disconnected than ever. We live in a paradoxical era where we're surrounded by people yet feel lonely, where we have countless connections online, yet lack depth in our real-life relationships. It's time to hit the pause button and reflect on this sobering reality. Take a moment to observe your daily life. How much time do you spend scrolling through social media feeds, bombarded by images and updates that offer fleeting moments of entertainment? How often do you find yourself reaching out for your phone, even though you know it will only pull you deeper into the labyrinth of digital distractions? It's crucial to recognize that these habits are not only robbing us of precious time, but also distancing us from the very essence of spirituality. When we're constantly plugged into the matrix of technology, we lose touch with our intuition, our creativity, and our sense of wonder. We become numb to the beauty that surrounds us, failing to appreciate the simple joys that life has to offer. True spirituality lies in embracing the present moment, in cultivating mindfulness, and in nurturing our connections with others. Yet here we are, lost in the virtual labyrinth, sacrificing our spiritual well-being at the altar of digital convenience. Fortunately, the antidote to this modern-day malaise is within our reach. It requires a conscious effort to unplug, to disconnect from the relentless barrage of digital distractions, and to reconnect with ourselves and the world around us. It is time to reclaim our lives from the clutches of technology and to rediscover the richness and depth of authentic spirituality. Disconnecting to reconnect. If you're feeling spiritually lost and disconnected, know that you're not alone. Many seekers find themselves yearning for a deeper connection with themselves and the universe. But amidst the chaos of modern life, it can be challenging to find the stillness and clarity needed to tune into your inner wisdom. Fear not, for the solution lies within your grasp. The key is to disconnect in order to reconnect. It might sound paradoxical, but it's the truth. In our hyper-connected world, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and scattered. Social media, emails, and notifications constantly vying for our attention. But it's in the act of disconnecting from these digital distractions that we create space for a deeper connection with ourselves and the spiritual realm. Disconnecting allows us to tap into our inner wisdom, to listen to our intuition, and to realign ourselves with our true purpose. It's during these moments of stillness that we can access the boundless creativity, clarity, and compassion that lie dormant within us. The practice of disconnecting can take many forms. It could involve setting aside time each day to meditate or practice yoga, taking a digital detox by turning off your phone and social media for a few hours or days, or simply by finding moments of solitude in nature where you can be present and mindful. The most important thing is to make a conscious effort to create space for spiritual practices in your daily life. By disconnecting from the noise of the external world, you can reconnect with the stillness within. You'll be amazed at the clarity, creativity, and purpose that will flow into your life as a result. So go ahead, disconnect from the digital realm and reconnect with your true self. Trust that the universe has a plan for you, and that with each step you take towards spiritual growth, you're aligning yourself with your greater purpose. Embrace the journey and allow your soul to soar to new heights. Digital heat wow. Set aside specific times during the day to consume online spiritual content. This could be in the morning to set the tone for the day, or in the evening to wind down. Outside of these designated times, Turn off notifications from spiritual apps or websites to avoid constant distractions. Nature contact. Spend at least 15 minutes every day under the sky, surrounded by plants, wind, or birdsong. This can help you reset your energy and reconnect with the natural world. Offline presence. Light a candle, breathe in silence, pray, or give thanks. Doing so without a camera or phone can foster a sense of grounding and presence. Real community. Attend circles, gatherings, or spiritual groups to experience the warmth and support of like-minded individuals. Even small meetings can create a sense of belonging. Replace digital noise. Instead of mindlessly scrolling, listen to uplifting music or simply be in the present moment. You can also use apps designed for meditation or keep a spiritual journal, a simple altar, or sacred objects that remind you of your intentions. Let these guide you instead of your phone. Closing. Disconnecting from the digital noise is the first step towards reconnecting with your inner wisdom and the spiritual realm. Embrace the journey and trust that you are exactly where you need to be. As you let go of the constant stimulation of online content, you'll create space for a deeper connection with yourself and the universe. Remember, the internet can inspire you, but it's in silence, human connection, and real life that your soul truly blossoms. So go forth, disconnect, and reconnect with your authentic self. May your path be filled with peace, joy, and spiritual growth.